Alright, hello guys, Bird Dog here, and welcome to the first episode of my East Wind campaign playthrough on Arma 3. Today we're just going to go through the prologue, so let's go ahead and get into it. Prologue, start with reality check. Alright, let's do this. Should load fairly quick because it's virtual reality. Alright. I believe here we're playing as Sergeant Conway and our supervisor, I guess you could say, Staff Sergeant Adams. There he is in VR. He's just on another computer.
Okay, let's see what this baby can do.
I believe he's acting as the Game Master or the Zeus, I suppose you could say. If you've ever played Arma 3 before, maybe you're familiar with the Zeus game mode.
Now, let's give you something to shoot at. Bang bang. They're all yours, Sergeant. Great. Targeting and ballistics look normal. Let's get you oriented. Bring up your compass.
Compass,
Next
okay.
one's just east of you.
You can hold to bring it up, you can double click. Bring it up and double click to take it away.
Okay, let's try bearings. Next one's at 220.
220. Pretty simple.
All right, not bad. Moving along. Here we go. Sergeant, if you'd be so kind.
I'm in a VR suit, just like Adam. Actually, no, Adam is not a VR suit. He's just
So,
an entity.
looks like it wants you to run from marker to marker as fast as you can.
Oh, that's what it wants, huh? Great.
Yeah, it says here that, it'll spawn targets at each marker. You'll need to drop them before you can proceed. Well, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Say again.
This is actually
Negative.
really important. What happens in the background here?
Yes, this is Staff Sergeant Adams. Send it. These people. Hold on.
So you can tell by his annoyance.
You know what?
that
Don't bother someone else. Out.
his language is
AAF.
probably talking to the AAF. Yeah.
You having
I
fun up there?
would imagine
You
he
know
wouldn't be talking like that to his peers or yeah, his peers, whoever's directing him. When you're taking out these targets, always shoot till they're down. Don't just fire a couple shots and hope that works. Shoot till they fall down.
Jesus Christ, deafen me, why don't you?
Sorry about that. Well, I think it's safe to say it's working as advertised.
You got any more tanks lying around?
Maybe next time. All right, let's shut it down. The greenbacks are gonna get here soon.
Greenbacks, those are the AAF, Altus Armed Forces. This is a long loading screen. It all just takes a while to load. Big map. That's why a lot of times when I'll do a tutorial or something, I'll go on Stratus. So you can see it's the screen we're using. Or the laptop we're using. Obviously we had the VR goggles on. And I'm not sure if Adams had VR goggles on or if he was just on his own laptop there.
So, what'd you think? Not bad at all. Right?
Greenbacks rolling up.
Here comes the cavalry.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's some trucks driving on the, some AF trucks that are driving on that road back there.
Tell you what,
Off
you
to the
go get
left.
it working. I'll get things set up
We're
here.
going to be shooting that
Copy.
direction. Not very safe. Should be shooting at a hill. Alright, let's go single target. Missed one.
American respond. Over.
I'm sorry, I thought I told you to go bother someone else.
I see
know,
that he's
I
talking
don't
to
get annoyed
another AEF soldier.
Yeah, right.
He's just dismissing them.
This guy's a special kind of fuckwit.
He's not happy with him.
That should do it.
CSAT target.
All right, everyone, gather around.
Decent targets? Really?
Sorry, they're all we've got on hand.
So if you're unfamiliar, currently there's a, I believe anyways, I could be wrong, so don't quote me, but I think there's a big conflict going on between NATO and CSAT, and AEF is just or the Alta is just a small area
I'm Staff Sergeant
where
Adams. This is
both
Sergeant
parties are kind of
Conway.
involved in a
We'll
little
be your
bit.
cabin crew for today.
But there's not much fighting.
Since I'm fairly confident we all know why we're here, I'll skip the usual brief. So, over to you, Sergeant. When you're ready, put some rounds downrange. You'll notice that the sergeant took a knee before firing, which creates a more stable firing position. Try to do this as much as possible. If he'd remained standing, he'd have had a tougher time compensating for recoil. It's not impossible, but it's also not ideal. Going prone offers the best stationary shooting posture with the least recoil and smallest profile. However, be careful of grass and other obstacles obstructing your view. Engaging targets at greater distances is a bit more complicated. Collimator sights, like the sergeant here is using, are not well suited to the
Oh, I
task.
can't.
Sergeant, go ahead and grab the RCO from the crate.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna take the RCO, which is actually one of my favorite sites. I like the RCO.
From now on, I'll be giving directions to the sergeant exclusively in compass bearings, so please pay attention. I'll call out specific targets for the sergeant to engage. It's up to
Switch.
him to pick them out and score.
I don't know what the
again.
default controls are,
Are you
but
ready,
my
Sergeant?
the default controls for
As
me
I'll ever
were
be.
control right
All
click,
right, first
switch,
target.
optics.
Helicopters. Well, speaking of CSAT,
Pay attention,
Couple
children.
of CSAT helicopters, looks like transport.
300 meters, bearing 330.
3 meters bearing 330.
100
down.
meters, bearing 290. Remember,
290,
control your
100
breathing.
meters.
Aim for clean, focused shots. 400 meters, bearing 307.
400 meters. 4.
Great.
Target
Let's
down.
move on.
All clear.
While we're on the subject, you're going to find it much harder to control your breathing on the battlefield.
jeez.
Sergeant,
Don't even say it.
your adoring public awaits.
All right. So this is an important lesson. Gotta watch your fatigue,
What
watch your
is
stamina.
the sergeant doing, I hear you ask? Well, in all honesty, I have no idea.
Touch the
Although I
sign.
think we can all agree it's quite a sight to behold.
Fuck you, Staff Sergeant.
However, his completely spontaneous and totally
Touch the
unplanned
tank.
marathon conveniently brings us to our next lesson. Fatigue. It can and it will be your worst nightmare in the field.
And touch the
Should you
flag.
fail to regulate it effectively.
Now I'm
Push
fired.
yourself too hard and you'll find yourself unable to hit shit, even when the situation requires otherwise. And hell, if that's not enough for you, you'll just grow to hate the sound of your own wheezing.
the floor is all yours, Sergeant. See? Now the sergeant has to battle himself as he
Hold
fires.
shift to hold my breath a little bit.
Again, you need to control your stamina.
But it's not
if
perfect.
you don't, you'll have a hard time hitting anything at all. That'll do, Sergeant.
And that's
That'll
it.
do.
American, please, I need to speak with you. There has been an incident. Over.
And now there's been an incident. I think maybe Adam should have responded earlier.
What do you mean, incident? Send us your grid. Over.
We cannot do that.
Say again. Why not? Over.
We do not have a map.
GPS.
Negative.
Copy. Wait one. It's always something with these people. All right, change of plans. Everyone, gather around the sergeant. Come on, don't be shy now. We're gonna learn something useful. Bring up your map, Conway.
Take a knee, bring up our
Okay,
map.
here's the
press
deal.
N.
Since your people are completely
Sorry if it's really bright.
incapable of intelligent thought, it has fallen upon us to rescue them from certain doom. Before we begin, Sergeant, if you'd be so kind, stick a marker on our location 066159.
Double click to mark our location.
Six-figure grids are a crucial navigational tool. Coordinates are read from the bottom first, followed by the ones that run up the side. We're going to attempt to triangulate their position. However, before we get onto that, you guys still there?
Yes.
We need some landmarks to go off here. Do you have anything we could use? Did you spot anything recognizable en route to your location? Over.
Well, we know that we are west of Sirta. We drove through it.
Okay, that's one. Hold on.
Alright, here's Sirta.
All right, Sergeant, stick a marker on
That takes
Sirta.
two anyways.
It should be about 3 clicks to the northeast. Clicks? 3 kilometers, in other words. Now, let's
There's
draw
Sirta.
a line going
Let's go
west
west
from
of it.
Sirta. Can you guys give us any other landmarks?
I believe you can draw a
There is a hill
line.
nearby.
So you can draw
It has a
free
small chapel on
form,
top of it.
control click,
It is at
move the
bearing
mouse around. You can move it,
130
just
from our
delete.
position.
I think
Over.
control shift.
Copy. Wait one.
Yeah, that's how you
That's
draw
probably
a straight
somewhere
line. Control
southwest
shift,
of
drag and
Sirta
hold.
itself. Think you can locate it, Sergeant?
Oh, stop. I should have paid attention. He said south west of Sirta. I forget what the bearing was. 130 from their position. Oops. Chapel.
All right. The bearing they gave us was 130.
It's 130.
However, that's
I
from
can't read
them to
anything
the
on this
chapel.
compass,
We
but I
wanna
know
work out the bearing from the
130 is
chapel to their
roughly this
position.
direction.
So let's do a 180.
It's got 90
that makes
here
it 310
and 180 here.
from the
So
chapel itself.
130 is kind of in the middle.
You'll notice the lines intersect.
So we're gonna go the opposite.
That, in a
this way.
nutshell, is all we're looking for. It tells us that if the information they provided is accurate, they must be somewhere near there. However,
must be somewhere
the
around
intersect
here.
won't always be exact. Use common sense to enhance your accuracy,
Use
or
common
try
sense
to
to say they're
obtain
right.
further information.
Here.
Over to you, Sergeant. Stick a marker on their position. Yep, that looks about right.
Yep, looks about right. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna stick, oh, actually, never mind.
American, what is your
Alright.
status?
We've got your grid 075183. We're on our way. Stay put. Out. Okay, we're gonna go find your friends. Keep yourselves busy while we're gone. The rest of you, load up. Conway, you're driving.
I feel like they could come with us. They got their own car. They could learn a thing or two. I'm driving, huh? Looks like we're all here. Now, I really don't like driving with mouse, so I double tap Alt so I can free look and use keyboard. Also terrible at driving in first person. Actually, those vehicles are hard in first person. Not much to look out. Actually, yeah, got a GPS in the car, so turn that on.
Take the left, Conway. Around the town.
I don't know what that's all about. Jeez. Feels like an earthquake.
Record, I'm claiming CC.
Keep driving. I'll check with McKinnon.
Broadway, Alpha 1-1, action. Is that what I
Martinez,
think it
like
was?
CSAT did that.
Over. Confirm 1-1, just a small tremor. No
Let's
cause
find
for
out.
concern. Over.
Copy, Broadway. Phalanx, we just experienced a light earthquake. Do not be alarmed. Return to your post and proceed with duty. Out.
What he said, 1-1.
Yeah, we got it, Colonel. 1-1 out.
Yes, some greenbacks must have shit themselves.
So yeah, so what Martinez said, the AF really must have been a little worried about that. We're missing something pretty important. In order for Phalanx, their top commander, their overall military commander, I believe, to respond over the whole net. And you might think, well, Colonel McKinnon, the NATO commander in the area, responded over the whole net, but we directly asked Colonel McKinnon on Broadway, but you have to realize the NATO force on the islands here is a very small force compared to the AAF. The AAF is still a fairly small force for a national army, but it's their home. It's their home. You know, it's their island. They have a lot more. They have a much larger force than NATO does here. And CSTAB, because there is CSTAB presence on the island. And we're about here.
This must be the place. Pull up the park, Conway.
Everyone out!
Alright, let's see what this incident is all about. Christ dang. This guy in the
What
ground.
the hell happened
Guy over
here?
there.
You were
I'm
on
still
patrol.
alive.
We were attacked.
Patrol, huh?
Yes.
And these people, they attacked you?
Yes. Was unclear.
You ever heard of excessive force? Sergeant. Staff Sergeant, they're just civilians.
Did you sweep the buildings? And what's the deal with that man over there?
Yes, we did. They are clean.
You searched all of them, including the ones down there?
No, only these ones.
And that man, do you have medical support inbound?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Sergeant, search those buildings down there. The rest of you, set
Staff
up a
Sergeant.
perimeter. And you, call for a goddamn medevac, now!
Adams.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a weapon stash here. Small arms and explosives. Definitely guerrilla. Over.
You see? They were a threat.
Yeah, and I'm sure they just attacked you for no reason.
Copy, Sergeant. Form on me.
This one's clear. Hold on, Staff Sergeant. I gotta finish clearing here. There's the medevac. Yep, clear. More crates though. The medevac guy, quick. It must be NATO. US forces.
Status?
Didn't make it.
Oh,
Now let Broadway know what's going on. We've been ordered back to base. I told these idiots to clean up the mess. They'll handle it.
I can't help but think that the room could take
well,
some
looks
time.
like, or not, yeah. Okay.
All right, everyone, mount up. We're out of here.
Alright. See, it's funny, that was, you know, obviously AF messed that one up. But if Staff Sergeant Adams just would have communicated with them and, you know, treated them like the immature force they are, then maybe that guy could have lived. Okay, so last week an AF patrol responded with lethal force to aggression from locals north of Corey, which is where we just were, reportedly in self-defense. One casualty survived, but succumbed to his wounds. Official death toll was 6. Peacekeeping forces on scene confirmed the reported timeline, but the justification for the patrol's use of force remains questionable. They weren't there to see what happened beforehand. Following the incident, the government reached out to the FIA, which are the guerrillas, for a sit-down in Kavala. That's just a week later. As a gesture of goodwill. As such, security has been ramped up, with the peacekeeping forces watching over the proceedings. Let's go over to Kavala. Here's the Ministry of Defense. So Kavala is the old capital. When the AAF took over, I believe Pyrgos became the capital. And it looks like Pyrgos maybe is where the... I'm not sure what all the stuff around Pyrgos is. Why there's lines around those areas. I guess there's the strong points, you know, all the airfields and whatever. Alright, however, an AAF security convoy en route from the AAC airfield, so the convoy following this route, coming from the AAC, I believe the Altus Aero Club airfield, failed to pass an AAF checkpoint, which is going to be the second checkpoint. So they passed this first checkpoint, made it along the screen down passing this checkpoint, but they did not get to this checkpoint, which means they're probably somewhere in here. East of Kavala at its scheduled arrival time nearly 20 minutes ago. Raising fears that the situation is likely to escalate, it has failed to respond to hails from AAF command. So trying to reach this, what is it, security convoy. So it looks like it's just a convoy just to help with security. And they didn't make it. They didn't pass this checkpoint. And looks like we're gonna go see what's up. Alpha 1-1 and Alpha 1-2, led by Staff Sergeant Adams, are to deploy to the convoy's last known location, which is here, and if possible obtain a visual on the convoy itself before reporting back to Broadway. So 3 steps: move to the last known position, locate convoy, and report. Let's go.
Having trouble there, Staff Sergeant?
No, sir.
So looks like Colonel McKinnon or Broadway,
Come on.
the commander
Any
of
word
NATO
from the MOD
forces in
sit
the
down,
area,
sir?
Negative.
is
Nothing from the AAF
tasking us with
or
this
the
mission
guerrillas.
personally.
In fact, the whole thing's...
And you know, we're a small force anyways.
Figure that missing greenback convoy
But
has
still, it's
something
pretty
to
big.
do with it?
What do you think?
We must be his task force of sorts.
There's your ride. You two get going. Find us that convoy.
I like these guys, the AF guys.
Good. I'll try to unfuck
I like that light machine gun too. Thanks, Broadway.
McKinnon didn't seem too happy.
Well, who can blame him? He's the one that's always had to do the cleaning up around here. The AAF and the FIA consenting to a sit-down within the country's Ministry of Defense. Well, who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, these guys have been fighting for quite a while. The FIA, a reborn sort of group from an old guerrilla group, or I don't know if it was an old guerrilla group, but the old loyalist party, I suppose. And the AAF, the new
There's the AAF
party in
checkpoint.
control.
It's coming up on 20 minutes since their convoy was supposed to
Alright,
pass through here.
AAF checkpoint. They're supposed to make it through there. So probably gonna be along this road somewhere. I don't know, we're flying right over there because I can't see anything. Probably gonna be somewhere on the road around here. Oh yeah. Honestly, the vehicles are kind of easy to spot. So they're very bright green. Oh yeah, there's smoke. I see guys on the ground. There's something down there too.
Copy, Broadway. And Staff Sergeant, in all likelihood, you're gonna have FIA guerrillas waiting for you down there.
Respect should be in contact.
Do not fire unless fired upon. However, that does not mean you're to roll over and take it. Confirm. Over. Got it, sir. Good. Broadway out.
I don't like that building behind us either. Good luck, boys.
Let's wait for the others.
I'm in position for Overwatch.
In position, Staff Sergeant.
Copy. What do you see?
Convoy's been hit hard. No movement as far as I can tell. But, to be honest, there's a lot of trees. Over.
Understood. Maintain Overwatch. We're moving up. Let's go, Conway. Whoa! Dead ahead, Sergeant. Hold fire!
Oh, yeah.
We're friendly!
Please tell me you two have this.
Copy. We're on them.
Well, never had that happen. Just taken out on the first shot. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Maybe let's not just show our head. Right, in reality we'd probably want to get to cover and just show a small part of our body, but I guess in this case, if we just show a small part of our body, the aimbot and the
Let's go, Conway!
AI there is gonna only hit our head, unless we're gonna die. So let's just stand out in the open and take one in the vest like a real man.
Whoa! Dead ahead, Sergeant. Hold fire! We're friendly!
Please tell me you two have this.
Copy. We're on them.
Three! Attack that rifleman! Everyone, on me! I got him!
Truck, 200 meters, front!
Cover, go! McKenzie, engage that machine gunner! Front! Four, engage that machine gunner! Front! Move up! Stick to cover! Watch the trees!
I'm definitely gonna turn off those target indicators there, but I'm probably gonna die quite a bit throughout this campaign.
Southwest, at the tree line!
The tree line.
Four, engage that
Oh, yeah.
man! Southwest! Machine gunner! 200 meters! Right up ahead! McKenzie, 14 in! Engage that machine gunner! Front! Four, attack that rifleman! Southwest! Engaging! Target neutralized! Clear!
Clear.
All clear! Move up! Broadway, 1-1. Be
I got
advised,
stuff over here.
we've made contact with FIA forces at the convoy's location. All contacts neutralized.
So
Over.
tents.
Copy 1-1. Lock it down. Broadway out.
Move 100 meters. Front. Area clear.
Yeah, clear. Yeah, campsite. What's left of this convoy? Doesn't matter how much we like these guys. The AEF are our allies. We are here to help them.
We've got wounded over here.
Yeah, dang, most of those guys don't look too good.
Son, can you hear me? He's non-responsive. Sergeant, help him out. Take my kit if you need it. Broadway, do you
Oh, I
read?
got one.
Over.
Confirmed, 1-1. In traffic. Over.
We've got wounded at the convoy. One greenback, unresponsive, possibly in shock. It doesn't look good. But 1-2 actual's taken care of. Over.
Copy.
You're
Relaying to
alright, buddy.
Phalanx. Medical is inbound with reinforcements. Try to keep them stable
Task force
until they
agents.
arrive. Over.
We'll try, Broadway. 1-1 out.
He's holding,
have
but not
task
for
force
long.
agents,
We need
actions.
medical here now.
All right, hold this perimeter. I'm not in the mood for any more surprises.
I can't tell. Alright, mission complete. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. All objectives complete. Locate. Secure. Follow RE. Still very nice. Okay. Alright. NATO peak. Oh, alright. Situation. Just under an hour ago, NATO troops were forced to engage members of the FIA, Freedom and Independence Army, in the vicinity of Cavarita, this area here, right? Not sure where Cavarita is, but it's gotta be somewhere close. Probably some of these buildings around here. It has become clear that they were responsible for the attack on the convoy. Their motive is now apparent. The situation at the MOD, or Ministry of Defense, rapidly deteriorated, succeeded by the FIA conducting an all-out assault on Kavala. Details are still coming in, but we are certain that the FIA's actions are a direct consequence of these events. It appears to have convinced the FIA that the sit-down at the MOD had not been conducted in good faith. I feel like it would convince the AAF that the sit-down at the MOD had not been conducted in good faith, but it's whatever. The investigation is still going. Dang. So, things aren't looking good over here at the MOD. And, yeah. Alright. It's our mission. Once reinforcements arrive, return to Kavala and report Broadway. Where are the reinforcements? Oh, they're there. Oh, yeah, they're here. Right. I find it kind of funny that
Heads up, 1-1.
Okay. What's that? Turn explosion. Got a little bird. Dang. Something's going on over there. I don't. That can't be Kavala, that's not. Kavala's still pretty far away. Anyways, I find it pretty funny that Colonel McKinnon tasked us to this mission.
AIA. Greenback stand drills. The survivor didn't make it.
What's CSAT?
I forget how.
Marking their territory out there.
I forget how you walk without going too fast. I forget how you just walk without running. I'm not sure what those reinforcements are. I don't know why those reinforcements couldn't go to the MOD and we couldn't stay there. I don't really know. Those guys look like combat patrol. I think they had suppressors. Yeah, there's smoke. That can't. That's not Kavala, right? No. Dang. Dang.
What the hell happened?
That checkpoint got attacked. things went bad, and here we are at war again. I think Colonel McKinnon trusts us. There's CSAT. Why is CSAT following us? They're gonna get there before we do. Oh, dang. That's the Ministry of Defense.
What's the situation in Kavala? Over. Not good, 1-1.
Yeah, look,
Details
they're
are
trying to
still
get there
coming
before
in,
we are.
but intel suggests the sit-down went haywire. Phalanx is reporting that the FIA threw themselves at the corner. Copy. Interrogative. What do you need us for? Over. I want you to take control of the situation at the MOD.
Alright.
We're getting conflicting reports left and right. I need someone on the ground. How copy? Solid copy, sir.
Alright, so Bravo wants us to get in there and take control. That's important. I'm gonna take control.
That must be our ride. Martinez, McKendrick, stay behind. Keep an eye on things. Sergeant and I will pick up the MOD.
Copy. Stay safe.
Carry.
All right, let's move.
Corporal. That's Corporal Carry. In case you're unaware. Dang, MOD's on fire. There's a hospital. We were on top of the roof before. Lots of wounded. Psych, AAF, and FIA. And/or civilians. Yeah, lots of AAF in the area right now. It's a hot spot. Dang, down to AAF and civilian. That guy did not look happy. Let's just get there and figure out what's going on and take control. Dang, dude. Guy definitely did not have a gun. That guy did. That's FIA. Civilians, man. Fire out at least. Can't have people coming right at these guys. Jeez, we're against Wallach, they're gonna execute him. Oh dang, careful.
Hey, what are you doing?
Guy doesn't have a gun.
Hey, asshole! I'm talking to you!
None of your business.
Buddy, I'm warning you. You pick this fight, and you'll lose.
Is
Yeah,
there a
just kick him
problem here,
over one
Sergeant?
What's the problem? Your men are abusing these prisoners.
What my men do is my concern, and mine alone, Sergeant.
The hell it is, Corporal. Arrest them.
Don't you
Corporal.
take another step. You're out of line, America.
Broadway, Alpha 1-2,
I'm sure it's
actual
just his
message over.
concern, not CSAT
Broadway,
concerns back
receiving.
there.
Send it. Over.
They got here
I've
before
got
us.
greenbacks abusing FIA prisoners at the MOD, sir. Please advise. Over.
Copy. Wait one. 1-2, stand down. How copy?
What? Sir, if I may...
Negative 1-2. You are to stand down. That's an order. Confirm. Over.
Solid
all
copy,
fishy.
sir. Out.
Colonel McKinnon wants me to stand down right after he told us to go take control of the situation. Let's go, Corporal.
Just so you fucking know, I'm about to shoot you.
Hearts and minds, Sergeant. Hearts and minds.
Like that saying. Kind of. half ironically. I don't know when it was originally used, but it makes me think of the war in the Middle East.
What the fuck was that?
Just the chain of command at its finest.
Who was that asshole?
There's she
All
said,
signs
leaving.
phalanx. Colonel Acanteros. You just bashed horns with the AAF's
Oh,
top
so I
brass.
just
That's their top
told
brass?
off
Now I know why they're so
the
fucked
commander of AAF forces, commander of the country actually. Colonel
Can't believe
Acanteros,
McKinney
aka
shut us down like
Phalanx.
Yeah, well, orders are orders. Come on, let's get out of here.
I don't know where we are now. I don't know what that hill was. Following months would see a rapid deterioration in AAF-NATO relations. I believe it would be about a year until the Eastern campaign actually starts. By Christmas of 2034, NATO's peacekeeping mandate would be limited to Stratus, a small island south of the Altus mainland, with conflict brewing in the Pacific. The world, and NATO itself, slowly started to forget about the tiny island republic of Altus and Stratus. That's funny how our peacekeeping is now limited to Stratus, which is a very small island with, I believe, zero or close to zero civilian presence. Well, that's about it for the prologue. Got the reality check, common denominator, diplomatic relations, rising tensions, and damage control. Not sure we controlled much damage there. Next time we're moving on to Drawdown 2035. Tensions grow as NATO peacekeepers prepare to leave the island of Stratus. Looks like we're finally pulling out. Thanks again for tuning in to my Arma 3 East Wind campaign playthrough. This is Bird Dog Blue. See you next time.